Good morning, everyone. Listen, I know that, one moment, I'm trying to put me on the live screen. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, there it is. Okay. This is very interesting because I had not planned this live, and yet I already have people joining. So who do we think that is? I'm not going to say their name, but you know who they are. It's interesting. Um, I am glad that people are joining. I want to first of all thank my subscribers for being here with me. As you know, yesterday I was supposed to do the live Saturday morning coffee with Breezy, and I was not here. Please forgive me. I had some things come up to where I could not be here. I was not back in time. So I apologize. And so I came on this morning, even though it's Sunday morning, it's very early, right before church. I'm going to get ready and go to church here shortly. And of course, we do church online as well. So we're able to interchange online as well at church. But I came on Sunday this morning to do it because I missed it yesterday, and I still wanted to bring some things to you guys that you may have already heard by now. Um, but one of the things I want to do, I want to share something with you that's kind of really funny this morning. But before I do that, I just want to say to you all, um, life is short. Life really is short. When you get to a certain point and I don't know how many of you really reflect. I reflect every day on the day, the energy. I reflect on my relationship with God. I do that every single day. And from the time I started doing that, I have learned life really is short. When we start to lose people, when we start to lose friends to um, suicide, when we lose them to car accidents, when we start to lose parents, siblings, or even just around us, some of us may have never lost anyone. At the same time, we know people who have lost people. And I know that it is important to really stay close to God. And the only way to do that is to pray, to read our Bible, and to really come to understand the one who created us, because we did not create ourselves. And I get people on here who send me messages saying, "Oh, I didn't know you were going to go on a religious rant. Oh, why do you make everything about God?" Because I am the daughter of the utmost high God. That's why I make everything about God. And I recognize that I did not create myself. I did not put myself here. I am not the reason that I breathe every day. God is the reason I breathe every day. He is the decider of life and death. And I just think it's so important for people to really consider that and take it very seriously in your lives, because there are people out here who are famous that we've known for a while. I was not a, I cannot remember, DMX. I was not a DMX fan, but I noticed that a lot of people were. And when he passed, it touched them, but then they moved on with their lives, right? And then what happens? Someone else famous dies and it touches them and they put up RIPs and rest in peace and oh, he was a great one. Oh, and then someone else dies, and it's the same process over and over again. They react the same way over and over again and then go on about their busy lives without considering the fact that that person was not really all that great. God is great. Being well known and being famous really doesn't make you great. It doesn't. You're just well known and you're famous, but you're not great. And I just For me anyway, it is important to reflect on your character, your life, and how close are we really to God? Because when we die, God tells us we're going to have eternal life with Him if we worship Him. And I've heard people say, "Oh, well, I don't want to worship somebody like that." I literally have had people say that to me. And you know what I have to do? I have to pray for them and just hopefully one day they will come around. But if they don't, I can't harp on it because when it comes to my eternal life, I'm very selfish. I'm very selfish. So I just wanted to just kind of put that energy out there this morning because there are a lot of things happening in this world and people are trying to ignore it. And it's really happening. And Christ is going to come back. And I don't know if it will be in my lifetime, but I do believe he's going to come back because he said he's coming back. And that's just my faith. So I hope that everyone has a really great and blessed day today. I'm going to move on into what normally is live Saturday morning coffee with Breezy. I'm going to do it this morning on Sunday morning because I did miss it yesterday. Again, I had something come up and I just was not, we were not back here in time for me to go through that process. So now I want to show you something that is really funny before I get into my live Saturday morning on a Sunday. This is just really fun. I don't know if you guys can hear it because I have been told that, okay, you should be able to hear it because now I have the audio on. So here it is. This was so funny to me this morning, and I just want to share it real quickly.
Okay, so hi, my name is Angelique White, and this is my mom.
Hi, I'm Deborah White.
And I wanted to say that she is my biggest inspiration. And I know the question prompt was, why is this person your biggest inspiration? And it's my mom because, we've been through a lot in life, and I've watched her overcome a lot of hardships. And when she was younger, she actually was a prostitute.
I didn't expect that one.
And I could really use this $30,000. um,
Oh, jeez, my stomach howling.
because I never want to have to go through what.
Can you guys hear that? If you cannot hear it, let me know.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Oh God, my now my ears clogged.
She said her ears are clogged. Could you guys hear it? If you cannot hear it, let me know. Thank you for joining me. Normally when I do my live Saturday morning with Breezy, I like to share some of my Instagram with you. So I was gonna share that one with you anyway. And so I want to also talk to you guys about some things here. Did you hear? I'm not a. I don't want to say a fan. I dislike what was going on with Britney Spears when it came to her dad, right? So I've been doing a lot of news on that, and kind of want to share this with you guys as well. But let's start out here. You know, Nicki Minaj, her husband, is wanting to sue the state of New York. This is on the Jasmine brand. Can you guys see this? I want to make sure you can see it. But anyway, you get down in the chat and let me know, okay? If you cannot see it. It says here, this is what the Jasmine brand says. According to legal documents, Petty had an opportunity to appear in court to challenge the risk level given to him in October of 2004, but he claims he was never notified. Petty is now suing the state of New York and the criminal justice system because he claims he never got a chance to challenge the level 2 risk assigned to him due to being incarcerated at the time. Kenneth's claim also says that the paperwork was sent to an address he did not live, where he did not live, and the signature was a forged signature. So he is suing the state of New York. Here he is. This is Kenneth. This is his woman, Nicki. And I actually do not like that uniform. Nicki has a gorgeous face, but I just am not into like that. Not into that. But you guys know that. Let me close out of this. Close out of this. You know that when you are a citizen, a lot of people don't know this, but lawsuits, and I learned this from Emily Baker over there, even though I knew this, she just really reminded me of this. Lawsuits are all alleged until they have been awarded something or have been ruled on by a judge or a jury, right? Anyone can sue for anything. You can. You can sue for anything because that's how precedents are set in cases. So the fact that he is suing the state of New York, um, someone probably, I think that's a good idea for him to do that. I'm not really a big fan of Nicki Minaj either. I like Cardi B's music because it makes more sense. The rhymes and the lyrics just make more sense to me. And Nicki is just repetitive, like you the China, 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 and it's just the same word over and over. The beat is good, the rhythm is good, but the lyrics don't make sense to me. And Cardi's lyrics makes until recently. I didn't really care for her lyric. Like when she's singing that song Up, I thought that she was talking about you're going to be on the come up and when you up and it gets stuck. I thought she was talking about, okay, whenever you get to a point in life or you get to a point in status, you can sometimes become stuck, right? But then you're up again, something like that. But then I heard her on the Jimmy Fallon show when he asked her, what did the song mean? And she starts talking about constipation and the shish and all of this stuff. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I am done. Listen, I would rather her not have explained that. I kind of like leaning on the idea that it meant that you were going to arrive one day. I, d- I was like, okay, but anyway, I digress with that. What do you all think about Nikki's husband suing? Because if he wins this lawsuit, that could be a huge precedent as well, because he feels like he was done wrong. It was sent to the wrong address. The signature was forged. And he is actually in a position with his wife's money to be able to sue for something like that because most people can't afford an attorney who will, you know, go in a courtroom and represent them for something like that. So that it just kind of all goes by the wayside. And he is not the only one who has been mistreated through the court system. Sometimes the court system does things intentionally to people, and I'm not protecting him because I know what he went to prison for. I'm just saying sometimes innocent people also get dealt a bad hand in prison. And whatever it is that he's fighting for, it could be a winner for a lot of other people. So I just wanted to put that out there. I want to also share something else with you. I'm not going to be here long this morning because, like I said, I have to get ready and go to church. But this right here, are you guys familiar with Meek Mill? I followed him from the beginning of the point when when the female judge in Pennsylvania seemed to have a psychopathic way about her against Meek Mill, and she kept trying to keep him in jail. So I don't know what went on with him and that judge, but something else had to be going down. Well, anyway, that's when I started to know him. I don't know a lot of the rappers. I really don't. And I listen to music sometimes and I don't know who I'm listening to. I just listen for a beat. I'm old school. I'm literally Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Aretha Franklin, who recently passed, Anita Baker, Smokey Robinson, the Isley Brothers, Michael Jackson, the Jackson 5, Janet Jackson. I'm that era of people. Did I say Shaka Khan? I better had. Okay. So I'm that era of people. Madonna, I'm that those people. Prince, so, but the rappers, I listen to the music sometimes and I don't even know who I'm listening to. But this is Meek Mill's new woman. I just thought I'd put that up because the judge must be real mad. If what was going on with her and Meek Mill, if in my mind was true, then the judge is real mad at this right now. He needs to stay away from that judge. That's what I thought when I saw this picture. And you guys, here's Britney Spears. And thanks to pagesix.com, this is where I got this from. I'm citing my sources here. But it says, and we've been following Britney Spears because of what her dad is doing to her, just dogging her out with her own money. What father does that? As parents, we want more for our children. I wanted more for my kids than I had. I could never do this. I don't care if they have more than me. I want them to have more than me because I love them, and I just they're my heart. They're everything. I could not do this to my child in public, you guys. And the fact that he is doing this to his daughter speaks volumes about his character as a person. I don't know if he's in trouble. I'm still trying to figure out how this young woman right here was worth almost $300 million and it's down to 60. I'm trying to figure that out. Anyway, it says here, page 6 says that Britney Spears dialed 911 to report a mysterious theft at her home last week. Page 6 has exclusively learned the Ventura County Sheriff's Office received the call just before 6 p.m. Pacific time on August 10th. However, after police arrived at the pop star's mansion in Thousand Oaks, California, she decided not to pursue action. She called and wanted to report some type of theft. The department's media relations officer, Captain Eric Bischow, told us on Thursday. When deputies arrived and contacted her security staff, they informed the deputies that Miss Spears decided she did not want to file a report at that time. And so deputies left. And it goes on to say that due to Spears' sudden change of heart, there's no official record as to what was allegedly stolen from her house and by whom. There was no law enforcement action at that time, no report taken or anything like that. Da, 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 da. That's what it says. But then, guys, I learned this is her mansion right here. I mean, the rich white people can get some of the. I don't like the. This is not. I don't like the. This is not. Maybe it's good on the inside. I don't know. It looks old and kind of haunted to me. I like more contemporary, modernized style of living. This looks like an old mansion. Maybe back in the 60s, this would have been a beautiful place to live, but to me, it just looks old and not, there's nothing. I mean, put some flowers in the center or something. It's just, I don't know. That's just her. So I wanted to share that with you. And I wanted to just get some feedback on that about Britney Spears because we later learned that what happened was the reason the police were sent away, I believe, is because the backstory is, as I went on to read page 6 a little more, it was actually the one of her assistants or someone had her phone or something and she struck her assistant. She either hit her with the phone or something like that. There was a physical altercation at her home. And that may be why she sent them away because they might would have arrested her had they known the full truth. And I'm just saying allegedly, because had they if she did strike someone and there were marks on the person, that would have been grounds for her, to be locked up. Um, I think the situation that Brittany is in is very important. It is very important who she has around her because her dad could be getting in the ears of some of the people in her household right now. And that could be the case. Someone could be coercing some of the people in the household to do things to provoke Brittany because we've all seen her in action with a baseball bat or with some stick hitting a car. You remember years ago when she had her head shaved and she took an instrument and hit a car with it. So she has to be careful with her temper and with striking people. It never benefits anyone. To you're a grown person. It never benefits anyone to strike another person. Try to get out of the way of that because you can be locked up for that. And that's just my thoughts on the Britney Spears issue. Um, I believe I don't know what I'm going to name these people, but they are tracking me online, and we're about to find out who you are. Okay, so I have another one I want to show you, as we just saw. You probably saw a little bit of this. Like I said, I'm not going to keep you long. I was just wanting to come on here just to at least do something. Do something. Um, this is Miss Porsha. Now, I was over on Kempire, and Kempire showed not Porsha, but Fallon's, I think, third baby's daddy. And I'm going to try to bring that one up here on my live this morning. But they say here, Porsha Williams liked the video. Liked the video of Falynn Pina. Okay, listen, Falynn is Cape Verdean. I lived in Rhode Island for a number of years. So Cape Verdeans are a combination of African and Portuguese. And they come from the Cape Verde Islands because when the Portuguese would do whatever they were doing to the African women, they put them on this island and have their babies. And the island was called Cape Verde, and it's between Portugal and Africa. And so her last name is not Pina, it's Pina. So you want to say Pina. That's what they say in Rhode Island for that last name, Pina. And Pina is actually a Portuguese name because they took on the Portuguese names instead of the African name. And they actually have a lot of culture. A lot of their culture is built up in the Latina community. So Fallon and what's the other girl? The really gorgeous light skin girl, Amber Rose is her name. Amber Rose is also Cape Verdean. Cape Verdeans are mostly in Rhode Island. They're mostly in the New England area. Now, you have some in New York, but they mostly, whenever they migrated from the Portuguese area, from Africa, they went to Rhode Island, and they kind of now are spread very lightly and thinly throughout the United States. So that's how you say her last name, Pina, not Pina. Like people calling her Pina. Um, anyway, This is Portia liking her. Portia is a troublemaker. I know people think she's beautiful. When she first came on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, quite frankly, she was not beautiful. She was very, very, in terms of beauty, dumbed down. And as time went on, she had the surgery. She's looks like she's done maybe taken some of those pills for skin lightening and everything, and she's turned into a beautiful blossom, right? And um, people really like her and roll with her. I think she's violent. I think she's a violent person. She's a violent woman. I don't like violent women. So I'm not a fan of hers. And I know you guys are probably like, but you said you liked that Monique put Candace in her place. I did not like that Monique did that to Candace. I really would like for Monique to have handled that differently. I really, but she's learned a lot through it. She's learned a lot. It's unfortunately that as a grown woman, she did that because it put her in a, a different position with the public. However, Candace runs her mouth all the time. I don't really like Candace at all. And I shouldn't say that because, I'm probably as old as her mom, but I don't she's a grown woman, so I can say this. I just don't like the fact that she runs her mouth about people. Uh, this season, she's having a better season. I like her this season. But before now, the things that she was saying to people, the things that she would say to people who came on her Instagram, they were very crass. It was very crass language that she used with people. And for that, what I mean is I don't really care if anyone knocks her out. I don't want them to, but if they do, I just don't really care. you know. Um, I digress on that. I say that to say that Portia often, when she gets angry, she wants to chase women down in an alley to beat them up. She wants to drag them across the floor during a reunion. She wants to get in their face and say horrible things to them on the show. And people love her. And she's not even smart. So that's what I mean about Portia. She got in this woman's comments and wanted to give her a like for this is it right here. She announced her engagement and Portia gave her a like. So I don't know. So um I want to find this because Kim Pyre showed something on his show. I'm gonna see if I can find it here. What's his name? Brishon Richard. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name. Richard. No. Anyway, he's the design. Evidently, one of Fallon's children is by a wealthy designer. Now, I don't know if the designer is also Cape Verdean, but one of her children is by a wealthy designer. And I'm trying to find his name now. Maybe if I can go to Kemp Pyre's website. I'm sorry, not website, but his YouTube, and see if I can find it. Okay, let's see. You guys give me a moment here. I know I'm just like all behind time here. Okay, Kempire. What is the guy's name? Bear with me, guys. I know I'm quiet. I'm silent because I'm looking for this for you. Oops, not that one. Okay, where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay, let's see. I don't know. You guys probably can't hear this. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but um, I want to find what his name is. Okay, you may have to go look it up anyway. He doesn't have it listed um in his description of the show. Yeah, he doesn't have it listed in his description of the show. But anyway, she's supposedly married to a very wealthy designer. Not married, but has a child by a wealthy designer. And she's pregnant again. I know people, I'm not being judgmental. I am not being judgmental at all. This is this young woman's fourth baby by a fourth dad. All of her children are by different dads. And at this juncture in her life, you would think she would know better. So I just wanted to say that. I don't want to say too much because people will say, "Oh, you're being judgmental or you think you're perfect and stuff like that." And I do not. It is to the demise of women when we do this. It really is. It is very important. It really is important to have that one man in your life. Why do you keep going from man to man, and then the man you're not even married to him, yet you accuse him of cheating on you? He's not cheating on you if he's not married to you. If he's not married to you and he's having his way with other women, oh well, move on and stop being so easy for men to get to in that way. This society has just become very demoralized when it comes to sexual uh, intimacy. It has become very demoralized, and people now think that this is just, oh, this is how we live, this is what we do. I mean, look at Portia. She's not married to this dude. A man doesn't have to marry you if he's already getting everything there is out of you. You've shown him everything. I still believe that. So I just want to put that out there. And I know I'm probably going to have people in my comments saying things because people do that all the time. Some of my comments I have to erase. Some of them um, Google erases. And I'm sure that Google is on this live this morning because there's no way. I didn't even plan this live. I came on at about 5 or something. And already I had a couple of people on here. Those were the Googler people. Okay. And you can look at some of my other videos and see what I'm doing with regards to Google. But I'm really upset right now because there are people who have not even been on YouTube as long as I have. And their content is not as extensive as mine. And I've done way more videos and I'm still under 1,000. That's Google holding me back because they are the devil. They are Satan. And that's what they do. They hold people back. So I digress. I'm kind of in a legal way with them. I don't know if it will be published. Um, I may even have it published because I have a brother who's in the news industry. So I digress this morning. Every time I come on here, I say I'm not going to talk about them, but they make me so angry about holding back Black YouTubers. They focus in. If you're Black, they're really going to focus in on you. They really are. And you're not going to be able to say anything. I was looking at this other YouTuber called The Lead Attorney, and he had a Latino woman on his segment, and she was calling Black people the N word all over town. And she did it on her Instagram, which has not been taken down. So if you have an opportunity, go over and listen to him because that young woman needs to be taken down. Stop incorporating other cultures into the Black race. Stop being so accepting of everyone to come into the Black race. They don't like us like that, you guys. They don't like us. Latinas don't like you. They don't give a darn about you. Yet, our Black men will marry them because they don't like their own chocolate skin and they want to have lighter skinned children. And most of them light skinned children don't even look like you. You will marry into a race of women who call you the N word. That's why I never cared for Kobe Bryant. And I know a lot of people like him. I never cared for him. I never cared for him. Mistreated his parents, mistreated his sister, all for a Latina. I digress. Look, I just lost one person saying that. So maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay. But I digress. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. This, again, you guys, was my live Saturday morning coffee with Breezy. And I was supposed to do it yesterday morning. I did not, something came up and we just did not get back here in time to do it. And so I did it this morning, and now I'm getting ready to go to church. I have some other things I want to come on here and talk to you about. Um, Maybe later on, like Love and Marriage Huntsville. I still need to do that. I still need to put out some content about the Real Housewives of New York. I'm pretty much done putting out content about the Real Housewives of New York. Just go back and look at my previous video because if I put out what happened this week on the Real Housewives of New York, it would just mimic what I did on the last Real Housewives of New York. It would whatever I said about Ramona on the last Real Housewives of New York is the same thing that I would say if I had to put out content again, because she behaved even worse in this last episode. And now, even though in one of my titles on a previous video, I documented a title that said Ramona is not a racist, I'm going to change that. Ramona is a racist. Ramona Singer is a racist. In my opinion, and what I have been witnessing, she is the quintessential racist. She doesn't want Black people to have a voice. She does not want us to speak about our history. She's one of those people who wants to erase our history and what's happened to us and make herself look like the victim. That's a sickness. She has a sickness to her. So that's all I have to say. I'm done. I think they need to get rid of her. And I digress, you guys. I need to get ready for church and do the breaking of bread and wine, the bread which represents the body of Christ, the wine which represents the blood of Christ, and ask forgiveness of any sins that I've committed and move forward in my walk with God. Um, this has been live Saturday morning coffee with Breezy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Many blessings.